So the next piece of the puzzle for file I/O is something called a try-catch block. Essentially what it is it allows us to handle errors without the program crashing, runtime errors specifically. So we want to make sure this doesn't occur, and it is a fairly common thing when we're dealing with file reading and writing, because whenever you're dealing with the user, they may do something unexpected, such as like open a file while your program currently has it open, or trying to open a file that already is opened by something else, and this could cause some issues. So we want to make sure we don't have to deal with too much of that and it won't break our program. So to do this, we're going to use this error handling method called try catch, and think of it kind of like, I'm going to try and do this. If it fails, I want my program to throw an error, and then I'm going to catch that error and handle it appropriately, as opposed to the whole program crashing. Okay, so usually what we're going to do is we're going to put the try block around all of our code that may cause problems. So we're going to write in try, and then my opening brackets, and then we'll do it down here, and we're going to close our try right here. And below our try, we're going to add some catch statements. Now, the type of errors we're going to handle are called exceptions. So they're exceptions to the program or whatnot, errors that occurred. Now, there's a whole lot of different types of exceptions. Things like file not found exception. And usually give it some simple name like FNF. And from there, you can start to do things like report messages using message boxes, however you want. So it might be something like messagebox.show. You could write your own error message, such as error file does not exist, or something along those lines. Or you can actually use that exception above, right up here, and use the data that it has. So fnf.message, if you just want to put out exactly what the error is. So that is a way of handling it. You can actually add multiple catch blocks. So let's say, for example, you have no idea what type of exception might occur. You can actually use the generic exception option. And essentially, this is like, treat these catch statements as like an if else statement. The catch exception E would be kind of like your else statement. It's going to catch whatever other possible exception there was, whatever it is. So you could put, again, message box.show e.message. And those catch statements would handle any errors that occur inside of here. Typically, when you're dealing with files, it's usually the file not found exception, or an error in the type of data you're working with, that type of stuff. You're trying to convert a string to an integer that isn't possible to convert, that kind of stuff. So that is pretty much the try-catch block, and we're going to require this for our next step.